on at the same time. We're going to sing and we're going to dance. We're going to dance a lot because we're going to be having interludes after every speaker. We're going to have music playing. We'll also have comments from all our attendees today. Dropping your comments in the chat box, as well as asking questions or answers, getting answers for your questions right after every speaker or at a particular time. Now, before we begin, I would like for everybody to just drop off where they are joining us from. Drop your city or state if you're in Nigeria. If you're not joining us from Nigeria, you could drop which country you are joining us from. Let's put our favorite emoji up. Yes, we have someone joining us from Abuja, and keep it coming. Let's try to be active. If you want to put on your video and say hi, just wave at us, you can do that. Do we have more people in the comment section? Very close to my polling unit. I like that. Someone joined us from Ibadan. Nice. How is it over there? We have lots of people from Abuja here. Wishing everybody a safe vote tomorrow. Everybody should vote wisely, but at the same time, everybody should stay safe. Lagos, Kano. Oh, wow, Kano. Benin City. Ooh. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Like I said, we have amazing speakers, and our theme for today is the psychology of winning. This is going to be, this particular session or program is one that is called by Dr. Gbenga, Asaolu, and friends. And it is going to be a 60-minute live optimization the flyer has read out. I see somebody coming in from Akwa Ibom State. I've never been to the South, so I think at the end of this, you're going to have to tell me how awesome it is over there. Lovely to have you joining us. Thank you so much for everyone joining us. So I believe we're going to go straight into it right now, and we're going to start off with our first speaker, our very first speaker. Our first speaker is a first-class graduate of civil engineering. He's currently practicing in the construction industry. He's a master of ceremonies and an award-winning speaker, coach, and writer. He is passionate about helping people discover their true selves to live purposeful lives. He is the convener of Things Evolve and the A Games Circle, through which he is raising a generation of exceptional young stars for global impact. He believes that God's excellent spirit is part of his journey, and he strives to achieve excellence in all he does. He strives to achieve excellence in everything he does. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's invite the virtual Toastmaster Abiye Abere.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ronke. I'm so grateful. That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. Good evening, winners. How are we all doing? Kindly respond in the comment section.
Well,
how are you doing?
We're doing great.
Thank you so much. I want to say a very big thank you to the convener of this meeting, Dr. Gbenga, for the opportunity to share value on the topic we have, the psychology of winning. So let me ask you, is there anything that you will do? Is there anything that you will achieve if you had no limitations? What will you do? What will you achieve if you had no limitations at all? A good place to start is for us to understand what psychology actually means. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines psychology as a mental or behavioral characteristics of an individual or a group of people. And in this case, your mental or individual characteristic. And so when we put psychology and winning together, it would be appropriate to paraphrase the topic as the mindset for winning, or the winning mindset, or the mental position of winning. Now, what would you say, or how can you say that you're a winner, or how would you say that you have won? And so we'll be giving it an acronym now, W-I-N. Let's start with the W. The W means you have a will. And having a will means the capacity to do, the capacity to become, the capacity to express your potentials and yourself to the best of your ability. Myself, when I started, I'm a master of ceremonies. I remember when I started, it wasn't so easy because people used to laugh. When I first hosted an event, it was as if people were laughing at me. You know that thing that you can't tell the reaction at all. It's as if they're laughing at you. I was like, what's going on? And if I didn't have the will, I would have felt like, oh, this is not for me. But I had to keep pushing because I had the will to do. So what do you want to become? Do you really have the will to do? It takes us to the I, intentionality. Are you intentional about what you want to achieve? Or is it just a wish? Do you just talk about it? What are you doing to achieve what you want to achieve? Are you so intentional? If you're not intentional, you can't achieve anything. It would only end at a wish. It would only be a wish. So you have to be intentional to achieve those things that you want to achieve. And then let's go to the final N. Now, this one, I feel like saying drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls. But you need to nail it. And nailing it means that you are exceptional, you are excellent. I say excellence is my watchword because it's not about doing, it's not about becoming. You can say, oh, you're a winner, but in the real sense, are you a winner if you're not excellent at what you're doing? Being excellent is what stands you out from the crowd. There may be a lot of persons doing the same thing that you're doing, but what is the difference that you bring to the table? When I look at this MC, when I look at that MC, when I look at that entrepreneur, that business person, that hairdresser, that speaker, is there anything that you bring to the table that's different from everybody else? If you're not different, you're not special. If you're not exceptional, then you are not winning. A lot of times our mind makes us believe that we are disadvantaged, that we can't achieve. And when you ask people, when I asked you, what would you become if there were no limitations? Maybe you thought about being the greatest CEO in the world, the greatest entrepreneur in the world, the greatest business person. And then you look at yourself and it seems like, oh, your reality doesn't match your expectation. But the truth is that the only and the major limitation that you have is your mind. Your mind tells you that you're not good enough. Can you see your reality? Can you see what you're dreaming about? Your dreams are crazy. But the truth is that the way your dreams are crazy, if you follow it with the needed will and intentionality, and you make sure you nail it, then you will win. There's no excuses for failure. There's no excuses for not being that one thing that you want to be. And so it's important that we shun any form of excuse that our mind may deceive us with and start doing, using what we have, doing what we can in the best way that we can. Then and only then can we say that we are true winners. So are you a winner? If you're a winner, can I see it in the comment section? I am a winner. I am a winner. I will win. I will win. I have the will. I'm intentional and I will nail it. I have the will. I am intentional and I will nail it. Thank you so much. And over to you, Master Ronke. Thank you.
I am a winner. Are you a winner? Oh, chat box is just flooding with so many. Thank you for that amazing speech. Before we take comments and questions or have an interlude, we're going to call on the president of Asaolu Toastmasters Club. Is she in the room? Yes, she is in the room. I believe she's in the room. We're going to call her up for a brief opening remark. And then afterwards, we'll have an interlude.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ronke. I actually thought the program has already started and we should just get on with the flow. If you don't mind, Toastmaster Gbenga, maybe a closing remarks, but I'm totally excited to be here. Toastmaster Gbenga is someone that has been very known to me. I know him to have positive vibes and a winning mind. and for him to assemble this group of winners today to come and share and learn and help us identify the patterns. I think this is a credible and an amazing platform that he's provided. So thank you very much, Dr. Gbenga, for having me. The program has started and it's going really well. I look forward to learning from everyone and for all of us to win together. Thank you very much. And back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you, Madam President, Toastmaster Kachi. One key takeaway that I would take away from Toastmaster Abie would be intentionality. And I think it's one thing that we should all have, being intentional. There's a question he asked, he said, what will you be without limitations? And what exactly is had intention? It's not just about wishing, but then putting in the will to do what we need to do. Amazing stuff. So if you have any questions for him at all, or you have comments, please do not hesitate to drop it in the chat box. However, you have to write, I am a winner first, and then put your comments or your questions attached to that. Later part in the meeting, we'll definitely be taking questions. We'll take it all together and then we'll direct them at the speakers. So please, if you put a question, put a speaker's name maybe in a bracket or something so that we can know exactly how or who the question is directed to. All right, are we ready to move on? Can we move on? Are we ready to go on? Can I get some responses? Are we ready for our next speaker? Yes? No? I haven't gotten a yes. Okay, put up your favorite emoji or something. Okay, I have a yes. All right, good to go. Thank you. Next speaker. And afterwards, we're gonna have our interlude of music. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Priscilla. Now let's get to know who she is. She's a communication specialist. She's a trained journalist, and she has a mandate to eradicate illiteracy through intellectual development. She's a graduate of mass communication, a UK CPD certified effective communicator, and an international volunteer. She's a QHL Humanitarian Ambassador on Africa 2063 agenda. Oh, wow, all the way into the future. I love that. The Chairman Board of Directors of the Young Communicator Initiative, that is TYCI, Young Communicator Initiative. And she's the lead coordinator, the Train and Empower Teachers Project. She's a lead coordinator for she's a passionate Toastmaster, a motivational speaker, and an elocution coach. Interesting. Please put your hands together for Chinenye Priscilla Amena. You have the virtual lecture.
Thank you kindly, Toastmaster Ronke. Thank you for that lucid introduction. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to begin my session. How many of us in the room knows the rhyme, row, row, row your boats gently down the stream? Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So come on, mute our microphones and sing along. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, McGowan said, not all dreamers are winners, but all winners are dreamers. What is your dream? What is that vision in your heart? Said that if you were to have no limitation, what is that thing you intend to achieve? Winning is not everything, but losing is nothing, is not anything. But the question is if winning is not everything, Vince Lombardi asks, why do we take scores? So who can tell me, why do we take scores if winning is not everything? Who would like to volunteer, who would like to speak? If winning isn't everything, why do we take scores? You can kindly unmute to respond or leave it on the chat box. We'll read it.
Hello, everyone. Hello?
Hello, we're listening.
Yes, my name is Asaolu. Scores to keep the challenge going so that we can be challenged and monitor our progress. Because it's very necessary we monitor progress to know where are we coming from, to know where we are, and also where we're heading to. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that amazing response. Another question is, we just said we monitor, we take scores so we can monitor progress, and so we could also keep track of our progress. The next question is, now when there is winning, there is always an opponent, isn't it? So who is our greatest opponent? Who would like to answer? Who is our greatest opponent when it comes to a contest? When it comes, fantastic. Ayokunle said, self, amazing. We are our own greatest opponents. Now, contestant, most times we feel the person that's in the contest with us is our opponent, but it's not. We are our own opponent. Why are we our opponent? We are opponents because the essence of every contest, the essence of every win is for us to challenge ourselves as to how far we can stretch ourselves. Now, when you emerge victory, you're not victorious over other contestants, you're victorious over the limitations that you have placed on yourself long before now. Are we together? Now there are choices in life. And the first choice is to accept a condition as it exists. When we go to a place, we accept that condition as it exists. And the second is to cause a positive change on the same condition. I want us to understand that it's not about winning or losing a competition. It is about beating the doubts that is within, that at the end, we are a step closer to our goal. What is that thing that has been in your heart to achieve? What is that dream? What is that vision? I challenge us today not to relent in that dream. I remember recently, I just emerged the first place winner in a club contest. Before now, if there was anything I dreaded the most was competition. I dread competition because I like to be in my own space. I am comfortable in my own space. I just feel there is no need for me to prove myself. But then I asked myself again, is it really about proving myself to people, but about proving myself to myself? So I took up the challenge and I said, okay, Priscilla, for the first time, you will be contesting. And voila, I emerged the first place winner. So I challenge us today to eliminate every self-doubt. I challenge us today to leave our comfort zone. I challenge us today to work hard, be intentional about what you want. And my last question is, if eventually you win, what do you do with your win? A lot of people have emerged world champions of public speaking rather, but they don't do anything with it. 2 years, 3 years down the line, you never hear their name again. You only refer to them as they were at a point a world champion. What is your goal with the win that you want or you intend to achieve? My able moderator, thank you.
Thank you so much for that amazing, amazing. Not all winners are dreamers, but all dreamers are winners. Winning is not everything. Thank you for such an engaging session. You got everybody engaged, even in the comment section with your questions and the singing right at the very beginning. That was simply amazing. Thank you so much. Please, if we have any questions or comments, please do not hesitate to put it in the chat box. That was fantastic. Yes, it was. I'll be intentional about what I do always. Thank you. Please keep putting that in the chat box and engage even further. Now we're going to go to a short interlude. We're going to listen to some music. You can also send direct messages to the speaker, but then you can also just post it up here. Dear Toastmaster Gbenga, can we have some music?
Everything you put your hand go walk, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go walk, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Every hustler getting paid, where the hustle go come the pay, your own in no go take. Amen. If you don't find work, do your own. God self go do his own, and flesh go cover bone. Amen, amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen, amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go on, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go on, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Sister where one man receives, until where they find begin, one day you go born twins. Amen, amen. They're not where don't losing job, landlord come they do like God, one day you go be landlord. Amen, amen. Good news go locate you, watch and see it no go take. If you believe it, say amen, no. Amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go walk, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Everything you put your hand go walk, your name go open doors, you self go be a boss. Amen, amen.
Very much. We have so many requests in the chat box. We'll definitely be taking them one after the other. So if you want to listen to one of your favorites up here, please don't hesitate to put it in the box. We're going to be moving swiftly to our third speaker for this evening. Our third speaker is a public health professional, a trainer, and a branding skill monetization coach. He believes you should be able to earn from whatever you enjoy doing and anything you're good at. Anything you enjoy doing and anything you're good at, you should be able to earn from it. One of his favorite quotes is, building a legacy from your skills is the legacy. Let's invite Toastmaster Abdul Karim Adeza Abdul Hakim, also known as AA Adeza.
Thank you, the moderator, our ever ebullient and elegant moderator. Thank you very much, specifically for not slaughtering my name tonight. Thank you. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This is a book by James R. it is still very much valuable. Why is this? It's all about psychology, your mindset. If you want to be rich, if you want to be happy, if you want to be sad, that's your mindset. Mr. Peter, it seems our mindset is not going together. Are you with us? All right, thank you very much for that. So it starts with your mindset. What do you want? Why do you want what you want? If you're not certain about what you want, when you achieve it, it's not success because you don't know you have arrived. Growing up, I always wanted to be rich. I wanted to be rich. I see rich uncles coming to visit. I see rich people around. And the thought is, these people can go wherever they want. They can do whatever they want to do. So why can't I be like them? And in growing up, I've learned that knowledge is not given to one person. It's vast. People have and know what they know. So if you want to get somewhere, you have to be in a constant pursuit to get that information at whatever cost, be it by giving service, by paying money to get that knowledge, or whatever way. Knowledge to place you where you want to be. There are people that have walked the mile. People have strived, and to get to where they are, it's not certain. Success is not bound. There's no one path to success. You don't say because Dangote is a businessman and he earns a lot, I want to go into business. You don't earn from that. Your way can work, but one thing that's a constant is the path always works if you are true to it. What do I mean by this? There are patterns and structure to success. If you go through the pattern and success, the pattern and structure of someone that has already walked the mile, why he walks you through it, it's easier for you to get there because certain mistakes have already been made and you can learn from that. You can also go your path and be who you want to be. So it's not certain. In joining Toastmasters, my vision and goal was clear. I want to earn from public speaking. I'm a public health professional. I'm well off. I do okay. But I want to earn from public speaking. I want to impact. I want to speak to people. But I wasn't really intentional about it. It's just a thought. So let me join and see how it goes. So after joining Toastmasters, Asaolu Toastmasters Club to be specific, I met and the beautiful thing with engaging in intentional conversation with intellectual is it bears something beautiful and meaningful. So I had this particular conversation with Toastmaster Gbenga, where he had an initiative called 444. And this initiative, what does it do? It's to help you scale through your educational pathway in Toastmasters. We call that educational pathway, like educational curriculum. 444, to help you deliver more speeches, engage in club activities, take up roles. And with this, in less than 6 months, I finished my educational pathway. I was able to deliver speech, to speak to people across different parts of the world, Ghana, UK, US, and the likes. And I get feedback. I am on a licensing program to be certified as a coach with Dale Carnegie. Why am I saying all this? It starts with intentionality. If your question of why is there, from your mindset, from your psychology, you're already winning. If all you think about is, I want to win, I want to win, you won't know when you will start winning because the effort naturally comes from that source. You can't wake up thinking, today, let's say today, what do I want to do? I'm not sure, I just want to go to bed and sleep. Maybe tomorrow I'll make money. I don't see you making that money today. But if you want to make money, you want to align your body, soul, spirit, breathe, winning, making that money. Your actions comes naturally from deep within. For 70% of your time is happening within you. You live within yourself. 70% of your time, let me take that again, happens within you. Your existence is within you. Before you converse or communicate with someone and say something, you're already doing that within yourself, consciously or subconsciously. So build the mindset of winning. Tell your psychology, tell yourself, impact, imbibe yourself. Growth is inevitable. If your psychology depicts growth, if it yearns and shouts growth, I want to see someone put in the chat box, growth is inevitable. Growth is inevitable. Growth is inevitable. Yes, growth is inevitable so long your psychology and your mindset is targeted towards growth. You will definitely grow. I want to round up with this. Serendipity, if you've heard of it, serendipity is when opportunity meets your thoughts, not preparation. Now, when opportunity meets your thoughts, it's called serendipity. If I wake up today thinking, I want to speak with Toastmaster Gbenga, but I don't know how to go about it. It's just a thought. I want to speak with him. And right now, I am here speaking with him alongside other amazing professionals. That is a dream come true. Why is that? Because it's in my subconscious, pushing it out to the world. And the energy in the world accepted that and gave me positivity in response. The moderator, thank you very much for having me, Toastmaster Gbenga.
Thank you very much for that amazing session, Toastmaster Adeza. Some key points from there would be growth is inevitable. We already have that popping up on our chat box. So long as your mind is focused, growth is inevitable. It truly does start with your mindset and then followed by intentionality. We have to stay focused, and then you can learn from mistakes. You can learn from your personal mistakes, but as well as mistakes that other people have made, so you can tread the path. It was a very powerful line right there. Then being intentional about building your skills. He was very intentional about building his skills in public speaking. What skill are we going to be intentional about building? Let's place that in the chat box. What skill would you like to build up this year? Anybody want to put something up there in the chat box? Definitely a skill that would help you achieve your dreams or help you move or achieve a particular goal that would make you get closer to achieving your dreams. Can we have more comments? Building confidence, I like that. Leadership skills, public speaking, communication skills. Brilliant. These are all things that can definitely help each and every one of us achieve our goals, but then even get closer to achieving that one particular dream that we want to achieve. The skill of being a problem solver in the communication space. Writing skills, training and coaching. That is very nice. And I hope that we all know that there are different steps. It's not just about knowing what you want to build or the particular skill, but then we need to have where we're going to build up these skills and be intentional about building the skills. All right, we're going to be moving on to our next speaker. Let us meet our next speaker, who is Toastmaster Izu Samuel. Now, is an Al Jazeera trained and licensed media practitioner. He's also a Dale Carnegie public relations and communication consultant. He assists entrepreneurs, coaches, professionals, and business owners to become highly sought after, well-paid speakers globally. In 2022, he assisted 62 professionals to speak across 8 countries through audacious media. He is envisioned to do 186 in 2023. TEDx speaker and a servant leader. Toastmaster Izu Samuel, you have virtual lectern.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a mind-blowing session ever since we started, from Toastmaster Abiye to Toastmaster Abdul Karim. I have been greatly impacted, but can I ask you a very simple and a fundamental question? When you see this on your screen, what comes to mind? When you see low fat, blue band, what comes to your mind? Brand. I see brand, and I see brand. What exactly does brand mean? A lot of us in this part of the continent, we know how to use them, and this is the reason why we have less effective people across all sectors. The word brand, for me, it means problem solving. The psychology of winning has nothing to do with being recognized as a champion. The psychology of brand has nothing to do with just sales. The psychology of becoming the one person who should be considered a factor that can be reckoned doesn't have anything to do with just the individual. But when it comes to the psychology of winning, what does it really mean in reference to brand and the rest of it all? I will just capture everything in what I have called the winning mentality and the winning ideology. All of those long English simply means being a problem solver. If you sectors of your field, you have to master the art of addressing people's problems. In 2014, I participated in a tournament where a picnic public speaking tournament. It was a very mind-blowing tournament with sagacious speakers. And when I showed up, I saw different people with different characters, with different ideologies, mind-blowing speakers. Well, you know what I told myself? I am on this tournament because I want to solve people's problem. For every stage I climb on, I see an opportunity to address people's problems. I don't see an opportunity to compete with anybody. I only address people's problems. Something changes about your work and about the concept of winning when you approach it from the place of solving people's problems. If there is nothing I want you to walk away with it after this training, I want you to remember that the psychology of winning has to do with solving people's problems. If you want to become the world best public speaker, the world best writer, focus less on the awards you want to win and focus more on speaking to people's challenges. I realize that for everybody in this world, they have challenges. Even the judges that would judge you, even the people listening to you, speaking to their problems would connect. When you speak to people's problems, you connect to the people. When you speak to people's problems, people love you. And if people can love you, then it becomes very easy to be a champion. Once again, when you see this brand, what comes to your mind? Is there a brand? Or each moment I see this brand, you know what comes to my mind? I remember bread and hot tea. I just want to have a cup of tea right now. So what comes to people's mind the very moment people speak about you? I do not see you as one person who is a powerful speaker. You're a powerful speaker, but have you been able to speak to people's problems? This brand here, when you put it on bread, inside the bread, it comes out very tasty, very, very nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ever going to win across all the areas about your life, I want to encourage you to be one person who is always ready to speak to people's problems. And I'm going to leave with this quote. A few years ago, I came in contact with one of my mentors. The name of my mentor is Professor Sodiq Monko Edura. I don't even know why this name resonates with one of the amazing souls in Division E, talking about Toastmaster Sodiq. For some reason, I don't know. He told me, boy, if you ever want to change the world for a moment, forget about your pride. Forget about your pride. Forget about what you want to put on the social media about yourself and talk about how you want to solve people's problems. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you a fundamental question? Can you type it in the comment box? What problem are you solving right now? Tomorrow is an opportunity for you to solve a problem if you're a Nigerian. With your PVC, what problem are you solving? Can you type? Are you writing a book? Are you planning to contest in a tournament? What are you planning to do? Can you put it down? I'd like to see what you're planning to do. Nobody's planning to. No, I really need to see what people are. I'm not gonna use this mic if I don't see what people are planning, what you're working on. It is a very serious issue. Excellent. Solving the problem of mental health. Excellent. Problem of reaching out to work early, reducing the level of illiteracy in the North. Please, the person who said that she is reducing the level of illiteracy in the North, please reach out to me immediately. I should be able to do something for you. And I'm going to be doing this because I want to support the work of Toastmaster Gbenga. Toastmaster Gbenga is one of those amazing souls. I so much appreciate him. Every moment I remember him, I like to have a sip of water. Remember, you are a problem solver. And as I yield the mic to the moderator this evening, I want to ask you this final question with all sincerity. If this moment were to be your last moment on earth, what would your family members remember you for? What would the people in your network remember you for? What would Nigeria, your community, your village remember you for? If then the essence of living becomes very, very chaotic, very, very unnecessary, very, very unproductive. So I speak to you today as much as I speak to myself. Can we build a community of people who are not after how much we want to make, not about how much followers we want to have on the social media, but can we talk about solving people's problems, one person at a time? Remember the quote of my mentor, forget about your pride and think more about solving people's problems. Focus more on solving people's problems. When this brand comes to your face, what you remember? You say brand, you remember bread, hot tea, and the rest of it. Don't plan to compete against anybody. Plan to solve people's problems. Don't plan to build the biggest brand in the world. Think of solving people's problems. And with that, I am released to do something for Toastmaster Gbenga's community. This is going to be the last offer I'm going to have for all of you here. For 10 good people, please reach out to Toastmaster Gbenga. I am going to supporting a lot of all the professionals on this call who are in search of opportunities to connect to the global space. By the special grace of God, I will be able to work with you people and show you how it really works, and with some international platforms. Everywhere I go to, I always want to solve a problem. Forget about this person you're seeing here and just think about someone who loves you so much. Once again, my name is Izo Samuel. I love you, but can we love the world more by emerging as a people who are ready to solve a problem? Type in the comment box and stay after me. I am a problem solver. I don't know why I'm motivated to speak more, looking at the face of the moderator. I yield the mic and the control over to you, man. Humbled Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Izu Samuel. Amazing, amazing, amazing speech. I am a problem solver. There are so many key take points or key points to take away from your speech. Perspective or look at the psychology of winning itself, which is our theme for today. And you have had the chat box such engaged us with putting out what problem we want to solve. And for that generous offer right at the very end, thank you for that. Please do reach out to Toastmaster Gbenga, Asaolu, so that you can be one of the people benefiting from this wonderful offer by Toastmaster Izu. If you ever want to change the world, forget your pride and solve people's problems. That is definitely one key take point for me. Please, we can still have more comments coming in. You can put down your comments. One particular take home point from that speech, put it down, or from any of the speeches at all. Honestly, when I see blue band, the only thing I think about is bread. I think about is bread. So I want all of us to engage even more. Please put one comment, one thing that you've taken away from this speech. Okay, we have Agatha saying, I have gotten my aha moment. Oh, that's brilliant. If one person got an aha moment, then I believe that it's a job well done. Constant problem solver, brilliant. We love ourselves, we love people, but then we can love the world even more. I think we can take a short break and just have an interlude. Can we do that?
Poussière à la poussière.
Our very last speaker for this evening is a public health practitioner, a motivational author, and a certified life coach. He is the co-founder of Pacesetters Inspirational Leadership Network, with more than 8,000 members globally. He is an alumnus of the Leadership and Management Program of the University of Washington and a fellow of the Royal Society of Public Health, London. He is our convener for this evening. Please let's put our hands together for Dr. Gbenga Asaolu.
Thank you most kindly. Can you hear me? Hope there's no echo. I can feel an echo from my side. There's no echo. Over to you. Great.
Yes, we can hear you, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Moderator. Thank you to all the amazing speakers that have spoken, the brilliant Abie, exceptional Priscilla, amazing Adeza, and the terrific Izu Samuel. So if you think I will be coming after these powerful speakers to come and speak, I think you are getting me wrong. I'm here to just wrap up something. Abie, you said it's faint. Is it clear to everyone, please? Let me just see in the chat if it's very clear.
You were asking if there was an echo. I said there is a faint echo in the background. Just
I don't know. There is an echo. I know it's the work of the devil, but the devil is a liar here. Okay, great. So we are here to discuss how to win and the psychology of winning. So in the chat box, can you please help me drop in the chat box what winning means to you? What does it mean to you when we talk about winning? So I'm waiting. What does it mean to you to win? Just drop in the chat box. Self-accomplished, excellent. Okay, in consonant, excellent. Great. Achieve a goal, success. Okay, great. So thank you so much. It's very clear that everybody understands what it means to win, to succeed, and to accomplish a task, to accomplish a goal. But I want to tell you that there is something that we all need to have to be able to have a psychology of a winner. The first thing is for us to overcome our limiting beliefs. You know, everyone at one time or the other, you have a limiting belief. For example, I remember some time ago, I just completed my studies up to the postgraduate level, and I wanted a job desperately. And then a lot of things were telling me in my mind, it's only easy for people that made a first class. You didn't make a first class, so it's going to be difficult. Another thing was telling me that you need to know somebody because it's who you know that matters. So is there something that makes you feel as if you're not up to date or you're not up to the task? Those things are what we call the limiting beliefs. Those things that make you to have a self-doubt. I remember Toastmaster Priscilla mentioning self-doubt. So self-limiting belief is a dangerous virus that once you have it, it will limit your capacity, it will limit your manifestation, it will limit your accomplishment. So the first thing you need to do is to identify your limiting beliefs and overcome it. And how do you identify? I've mentioned some of my limiting beliefs. So I want to learn about others. What is that one thing you wanted to do that you think you do not measure up to? I wanted a job in a particular sphere, and I felt that I didn't have the qualification. I felt that I need to know somebody. But let me let you know that eventually, just like someone got a aha moment, I got my aha moment. I was able to come across a job site where I read testimonies of people that got jobs with grades that was lower than mine and that do not know anybody. And you know, by the time I was able to read and interact with those things, it changed my mind. So I'm asking you, Are there things that are limiting your accomplishment, things that is making you to feel as if you are not up to the task? It is a lie that is a voice that is sounding in your mind and is not real. And one of the ways in which you can actually overcome this voice is for you to develop an unshakable self-belief. So one of the ways in which you can overcome your limited belief is to have an unshakable self-belief, is to have a positive self-talk, is to understand that you have value and you carry something. Because self-limited belief will allow you or will prevent you from going to that place you will have gone to win. Self-limited belief will make you not to apply for an opportunity that you are actually qualified for. Self-limited belief will make you to write off the opportunities that are actually meant to be for you. I've seen people, so one thing I want you to do is to look at that thing you want to accomplish and begin to look at people that have accomplished it. So what do they have? What do they know? What have they done? Those things you want to accomplish. I don't know what you want to accomplish. Do you want a job in a particular place? Do you want to secure a deal with a particular person? You need just a connection. You need just a relationship to land you. Just someone just offered us an opportunity to have a global connection to an international space. What you need at times is just a connection. I learned sometimes ago, he said 20 minutes conversation with the right person might be more valuable than 20 years of study. In fact, 60 minutes of being on this call might be more valuable than 16 years of study. So identify your self-limiting beliefs. What are those beliefs that is keeping you from taking action? That is keeping you from trying that thing? You need to identify it and then overcome it. We have different dimensions in which we can overcome it. There are tools that coaches can actually expose you to help you to overcome your limiting beliefs. But the first thing is for you to identify it and then document it and then replace it with the things you've observed from people that are doing great things. Then I would share with you the second thought before I run off because the time is exhausted. You don't want to win until you have a desire to win. So it's about a story of a young man who wanted to accomplish so much. He wanted to be a billionaire or something. And then he went to a billionaire in his estate. And then he told him, I love your lifestyle. I want to also be a billionaire like you. And that man said, okay, no problem. Can we take a walk? And then they took a walk. And they were beside a pond of water. And what the billionaire did was he put his hand on the neck and then pressed the neck of this young man inside the pond of water. He was confused at first, but at some point he could not breathe again. And all he did was to struggle with the billionaire and pushed him away. And then he let himself loose from the pool of water. And then he was gasping for air, and then he was trying to absorb the oxygen that was available. And then the billionaire looked into his face and told him, he said, if you really want to succeed, the same way you have desired to have this oxygen is the way you desire that thing that you want to accomplish. Then lastly, you need to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you are preparing to fail. Everybody has a plan. There's someone that accomplished that thing you want to accomplish. All you need to do is to have a relationship. You can either read what that person has written. You can listen to how the person, any seminar or any program that the person arranges. Then you can read the biography of such person and be able to connect the dots. Because I've learned in life that success leaves clues. The secret of great men is in their story. All you need to do is to track the story of successful people and replicate their formula, and you will have the ultimate result that you desire. Don't forget that you need to overcome your self-limiting belief. Secondly, you need to have a burning desire, a consuming desire to succeed and win. Then you need to have a plan. You need to set goals for yourself. Someone says success is goals and every other thing is commentary. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Now, in case you have any question, this is a very good time where we will have opportunity to have our speakers interact to some of the questions that you might have. So please, you can drop in the Q&A section your questions, and our moderator will be up to answer those questions together with our other speakers. Thank you so much. I so much appreciate and value you. Thank you for investing 1 hour of time to actually discuss with every one of us. And thanks to all the amazing speakers for blessing our lives. I jotted a lot of tips that would apply in my life. Over to you, the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that amazing speech. I took home so many things. I am also taking up so many points from all our amazing speakers this evening. I could do a full wrap up of Dr. Gbenga's speech, but then we had so many comments in the chat box, so many people pointing out the different limiting beliefs. I believe he has stated out what we need to do to overcome those self-limiting beliefs. And now we can actually have time for questions and answers. If you have any questions for any of our speakers, please drop it in the chat box. Or if you have any comments, we still have comments coming in. Do we have any questions? A key take point from Toastmaster Gbenga's speech would be overcome self-limiting beliefs and have a burning desire to win. That is my major take point today. So do we have any questions as our time is running out? However, we can take a few questions and we can also interact with any of our speakers. Yes, do we have someone asking a question? Thank you so much, Nafisa Hassan. Thank you. It was, yes, indeed, a fantastic session. Do we have anyone in the audience who might want to say 1 or 2 things, who might want to give comments? We have many Toastmasters in our audience today. Toastmaster Sadiq or Toastmaster Idra. I can see so many Toastmasters in the house.
Good evening, Madam Moderator. Sorry, I lost audio for a bit. I just heard my name now.
Please. We're just asking if you have any comments or questions, or you just want to drop.
All of the speeches, all of the talks were exceptional. I had so many moments. Izu's speech and Dr. Asaolu's speech just did it for me. Izu's speech reminded me that we are all about giving value. Sometimes we focus so much on branding ourselves and branding what we do, and we really should focus on the value that we offer to people, the problems we're solving, and that should be our brand. That should be our brand. And Dr. Asaolu talked a little bit about the limiting thoughts. And one of the things I've struggled with for a very long time, and I'm overcoming, thankfully, and I guess many people are struggling with the same thing, is the imposter syndrome. And I've had to do a lot of work to overcome that. And it's a mind thing. It's just being consistent that I give to people. So those are my takeaways.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Idra. Will there be anybody again? Toastmaster Sadiq, you still in the house? You want to give us a comment? And if we have any, there was someone who asked a question earlier. Please, can you just repost your question? We've lost it in so many chat messages. So please just repost it for us. And then if it's to a particular speaker, please put the speaker's name. We had Toastmaster Izu, Toastmaster BA, we had Adeza, we had Asaolu, and then we also had Priscilla. One key thing that Toastmaster Ejira said was imposter syndrome, and truly it is a constant battle. We have to keep moving and keep focusing our mind on one particular thing, and that is growth and winning. There's someone who said that motivation is like taking a bath. You have to do it every day. So we have to wake up with the determination every day to focus, recalibrate our mindset to winning. Coach Kyrat, are you still with us? Do you have a comment for us? And someone is asking, how can we reach Toastmaster Izu? Please just send a direct message if you want to reach Toastmaster Izu.
Yeah, it was a brilliant session. I really enjoyed myself. I was kind of wowed. All the speakers were so great. I enjoyed myself and I learned a lot from Toastmaster Adese, Abie, Toastmaster Izu, and Toastmaster Asaolu. Yeah, it was great. And I want to thank them very much for a great session they had this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Kyrat. Great speeches from all amazing speakers. Yes. Do we still we still have so many Toastmasters in the house? Toastmaster Priscilla, I believe you're still with us. A question was directed at you earlier on. Can we ask you the question and you just provide an answer for us briefly?
Yes, please.
So the question goes, what would you do if you have tried so many times and you keep failing? What would you do if you have tried so many times and you keep failing?
Okay, thank you so much, our able moderator, for such fantastic moderation, and to also our participant that asked this question. So, what you will do, or what I will do, if I keep trying and I don't win? It first depends on what you call a win. Winning is your ability not to quit. So when you're persistent, you keep trying, and then you put more efforts until that goal which you have is achieved. That is what you keep doing. I encourage you to keep trying. I encourage you to keep making attempts until that which you have in mind, until your goal is achieved. Because what matters is your goal. What matters is what you're going to do with that win when eventually you get it. Thank you. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question. Mrs. Nafisa?
Thank you for that. Toastmaster Abie, would you like to,
Yes,
to ask?
thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a great session so far. So on this question, sometimes the problem is with strategy. You can't keep doing one thing over and over and over the same way and you expect a different result. I don't know if it's Albert Einstein that said that it's foolishness to even do that. So the more you do something the same way, you can't expect a different result. If you add 1 + 1, it would always give you 2. So perhaps the problem with that person is that maybe, I don't know what you're trying, but maybe you need to try something differently. Is there someone that has done that same thing and has succeeded? Perhaps you need that person to give you some kind of mentorship. And that's why in Toastmasters, we have the mentorship platform so that people could advise you on how you can not make the mistake they made. I'm echoing, but so that people can help you not to make the mistakes they made, because it's very important. You try out different things, but you must give it the right strategy. If not, if you keep doing the same thing over and over without adequate preparation, the truth is that you would always have the same results. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priscilla and Toastmaster BA. We have Toastmaster Sadiq in the house here in the room with us, and also Toastmaster Faith Iyahe. Would you like to give a comment? I saw the chat. Would you like to give a comment?
Good evening,
Okay, we have
the moderator. Please, can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I would like to commend the organizer of this program, Dr. Asaolu. Thank you for coming up with this initiative. I've learned a lot from our speakers, Toastmaster BA, Toastmaster Priscilla, Toastmaster Deza, Toastmaster Izu, and the organizer himself, Toastmaster Dr. Gbenga. I will just say that I would like to encourage us to continue in this path. At least let us have more of this. And you will see that from the questions that has been asked, it shows that this program has been quite impactful. You know, a lot of people are looking for a solution to one challenge or the other. And it is just in information and getting those kind of information. And I think this program has been able to provide that kind of opportunity. So I just encourage the organizer not to stop, continue on this path, and try to see how we can bring more people to be aware of this program. For me, I've learned a lot. I've taken notes, and I'll also be available if there is any way I can also support this initiative to take it to the next level. Madam Moderator, you are really doing well. Back to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for your support too. We have Toastmaster Faith here. Toastmaster Faith here, can you hear us?
Okay, I wasn't hearing anyone, but I can
okay.
now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. I did join late. I was in another meeting, so apologies for that. But for the few minutes I spent, I think it's a fantastic session. And I think I came in when someone was talking about imposter syndrome and just listening at the background. So I want to say congratulations to the organizer, Dr. Gbenga Salum, my brother, to Toastmaster Deza, my friend, Toastmaster BA, in fact, Toastmaster Ronke, our makeup artist and our champion, and to everyone that has joined the meeting tonight. So what will I say? Imposter syndrome, I would like to say everybody has it. Is that voice in your head? Everybody has a voice talking in their head. When we're growing up, they were saying, that's the voice of God and that's the voice of the devil. Can we remember that? When you want to do something, a voice is saying no, another voice is saying do it. And we are just in between, should I or should I? They'll say, oh, I listened to the voice of God. I didn't listen to the voice of the devil. We have that voice in our head. Learning to take control of it, learning to say, keep quiet. You, this voice, I can do it. And even if I fail, I will learn. Is how we overcome imposter syndrome. You will not sit down there and say, I have overcome it. Even the most successful people still face that challenge where there's a voice in their head telling them they cannot do it. So I want to encourage everyone to be your best. Learn if you need to, learn new skills, put yourself in an environment of learning, and please attend this meeting again when next they have one. It's a great learning environment. So thank you to the organizers, and it's a pleasure to be here this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faith. And now we would have Toastmaster Husseina. Toastmaster Husseina, are you still with us in the room?
Yes, I am Toastmaster Ronke.
Thank you. We'll have a wrap-up comment from Toastmaster Husseina, and then we'll have our President, Madam President, Toastmaster Kachi. Over to you, Toastmaster Husseina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ronke. Thank you so much to all the people who took time this evening to attend this meeting. I can't think of a better topic to discuss at this this time when people keep doubting themselves. People have so many goals and dreams and ideas, but they just can't put forward those ideas. So a platform such as this, where you hear from people's experiences, where you get wonderful nuggets that you can apply in your life, is very welcome. We had 5 amazing speeches. Toastmaster Abie just stimulated something in me when he asked that, what would you do if you were to have no limitations? That really got me thinking. I think, you know, we say the sky is the limit. For some people, even the sky isn't a limit. And if others can do it, why not us? So Toastmaster Priscilla, she said that we are our own enemies. We are our own opponents. We all have to fight that. Now, as Vice President of Vice President Education of Asaolu Rockstars, I've seen this kind of scenario play out time and time again. People, they shake, in fact, some of them even disappear when you call them to give their icebreaker. But when they go up there was one that happened, I was even upset. I said, is it this person that has been avoiding this icebreaker? And she spoke so well. She spoke so well. It was that thing, that voice, that enemy within us that was keeping her back. We all have that voice, as Toastmaster Faith just said. We just have to conquer it. And by attending sessions such as this, we will have the tools. Toastmaster Gbenga gave us some tools that we can use, we can apply in our lives to take those bold steps that we need to get better at whatever it is that we are planning. Toastmaster Izu really, really got me thinking when he said, I love you, but I love the world more. He really activated that thing in me to think about what I can do to change the world, how I can speak to people's problems. That was excellent. And I hope that if nothing, that we go home with that idea, with that thought in our heads that really there are problems everywhere. Please, let's go about solving these problems. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak this evening. I thank you all for attending this session. It was mind-blowing. And please keep it a date with Toastmaster Gbenga and friends next time. Over to you, Madam Moderator. Thank you.
Thank you for that amazing wrap-up. Thank you so much. You captured and highlighted so many key points again. Can we now have Toastmaster Kachi, our president of Asaolu Rockstars Toastmasters Club?
Toastmaster Gbenga, Toastmaster Ronke, this has been an amazing session. And after Toastmaster Husseina's wrap-up, I think I have nothing else to add other than to thank everybody, starting with Toastmaster Gbenga for putting this together. All our facilitators, you've all been awesome. I mean, this has been very enlightening and thought-provoking. I know I'm going to reflect over this for some time and hopefully be inspired to do more and also to encourage others to do more. So thank you very much, Mr. Gbenga, for putting this together. This has been nothing short but from amazing. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kachi. Thank you very much. And I would say that it has been an amazing session. I have my notes full of amazing points and things that I'm going to continue to do and some to start doing. And truly, one thing we must always remember is that the only real failure is the failure to try to get key points, amazing, even offers to help us achieve whatever we want to achieve in different things that we need to do. Please, if you would need any of those informations, kindly reach out to Toastmaster Gbenga, send a private message right now, or he put up his number earlier on. Please contact him through WhatsApp, or you can go ahead and click on the link that was shared earlier by Toastmaster Kachi. I think we've had an amazing session. Our time is fast spent and it doesn't even feel like we've stayed this long. Again, thank you to all our wonderful speakers and everybody, all our participants who took our time today to come in and listen, and everybody who dropped a comment or gave a comment or spoke a questions. Thank you so much. We've had an amazing time. I have had an amazing time. And I hope that we all continue with this program and come again, gathered here to learn more, but then still keeping on to what we have learned tonight, and that is constantly having the psychology of winning. All right, have a good night, everyone, and until another meeting again. So please